Hello, welcome back everybody for another episode of Food is Medicine. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Gabriella Simone, and every week I will be putting out educational content on anything to do with chronic diseases and mild discomforts. I'll be giving you the symptoms, causes, lifestyle and food changes that you can make to feel better. And importantly, everything that I will suggest to you guys is natural. Okay, so let's get into it. This week we'll be talking about constipation. For those of you who are sitting at home wondering, how do I know if I'm constipated? Stick around and we'll go through it together. So constipation is a big problem. A lot of people don't even know that they're suffering from it. They think that the way they're feeling is normal and they're not sure what signs to look for. So without further ado, let's go through some of the symptoms you can expect if you are constipated. Lack of daily bowel movements is a big sign of constipation, as you should be passing a stool 1 to 3 times daily. If you're straining on the toilet or your stools are incomplete or hard when you're trying to eliminate them, that's another sign. Some you may not expect are fatigue and brain fog, aches and pains elsewhere in the body, and chronic headaches. Now let's look at some of the common causes of constipation, because there are a few. Food intolerances and sensitivities are such a common cause of constipation, so it's really important to make sure you're keeping on top of your diet and you know which foods that you can tolerate and which foods that you can't. A way to do this is a 3-week elimination diet, and it costs nothing apart from the food, which is a much more cost-effective way to do it before you consider doing a food sensitivity test. Other causes can be leaky gut, which is the damaged mucosal lining of the intestine, impaired digestion and absorption, parasites, prescription drug use, lack of good bacteria in the gut, not enough fiber in the diet, dehydration. One that a lot of people don't think of is not enough exercise. Exercising really helps with bowel movement. If your circadian rhythm is out of whack and you don't get enough sunshine, this can also cause constipation. Stress or anxiety, magnesium deficiencies, SIBO, thyroid, or other hormone imbalances. So there are a lot of causes of constipation there, so you can see why it's quite common that people would suffer from it. But don't worry, as always, I'm going to give you some lifestyle treatments that you can use to help you along. Increasing the amount that you walk throughout the day, especially in the morning when you wake up to get your system going, that can really help with constipation. Now, bear with me. You can do a gentle yogic twist. I'm going to explain this to you. I am not going to demonstrate it. That would be a whole nother thing going on here, and I'll probably be rolling around on the floor. So lay down on the floor, pull your knees towards your chest, twist your knees to the right side, and then turn your neck. So I'm not sure how this is appearing on camera, but if your knees are that way, you turn your neck or head that way. And then once you've done that way, you reverse. I would just do it and hold it for a couple of minutes each side if you're able to. Another one you can try, which is a little bit more adventurous and requires a little more flexibility, is a yogic squat, also known as a garland pose. Another thing you can do is evaluate the medication you're taking if you are taking any pharmaceutical drugs. Speak to your doctor, ask them if any of the drugs you're on have side effects of constipation. Consider biofeedback technique. If any of you want to know what biofeedback techniques are, let me know in the comments and I can do a separate video on that as well. Another interesting one that's really effective is you can mix rosemary or fennel oil with a carrier oil and massage it on your stomach, your abdomen area. Another one, which not all of you are going to want to do if you have a fear of needles, but you can get acupuncture for constipation. It will stimulate and tone your digestive function and motility. You can, on yourself, do a colon massage, maybe with that rosemary or fennel oil infusion, and just follow the path of your colon. That is really effective as well to get things moving. If you're feeling adventurous, you can go and have colon hydrotherapy done or an enema. You can actually buy home kits to do enema. If you don't know what you're doing, I suggest that you do research or ask a professional who knows what they're doing, how to do it. Just make sure that you're safe, as it does require inserting part of the kit into your anus. You can also get a squatty potty, and there are some mindful things that you can do when it comes to anxiety. Consider some of the things that you may be holding on to that may be causing tension in the body that you may be able to let go of. Okay, so hopefully some of those lifestyle treatments will give you a head start. If not, here are some food treatments that you can use to help your constipation. So consume more fiber. Stay hydrated, avoid hydrogenated foods and oils. Avoid processed foods. Consume probiotic foods, eliminate dairy. Add ground flaxseed or chia seeds into your diet. They really help your bowel movements because they help the stool to slip through your bowel more easily. You can also use flaxseed oil unheated in your salads, and it can make a really nice salad dressing. You can soak dried figs or prunes in water overnight and then drink the water that they've been soaking in. You'll be glad to hear papaya is also a fruit that can stimulate bowel activity. Do a little research on probiotic and prebiotic rich foods and see which ones you can tolerate, and do your best to include them in your diet. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to do another video on some of these foods and how they work. And lastly, dandelion root tea. Okay, so what are some of the supplemental treatments that you can consider for your constipation? Magnesium, digestive enzymes, aloe vera juice, 2 to 4 ounces, but make sure it's pure aloe vera juice and it doesn't have sugar in it. Slippery elm or marshmallow root can also help. Psyllium husk and vitamin C. Now, as always, if you have tried all of these things, you've looked at your diet, taking out dairy, you're at the point where you're like, oh, I've done everything. Well, there are some functional tests that you can conduct to find out what the root causes of your symptoms. So, functional tests for constipation include one that I've mentioned before, an IgG food sensitivity test, a comprehensive stool test for candida and parasites, an organic acids test for yeast, metabolic and overgrowth concerns, a hydrogen breath test for SIBO, and lastly, a comprehensive serum thyroid panel. So I know for a lot of us, constipation can be really overwhelming, but with the right approach, you can find some natural relief. As always, whilst these tips may work for many, I recognize that some may have food intolerances or conditions that require deeper analysis. If you're affected, I'll be happy to work with you in clinic or online to conduct a root cause evaluation once I'm able to see clients. In the meantime, if you have any known tolerances to any of the foods or supplements that I've mentioned today, please consult your healthcare provider before trying any of these solutions. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might need it, and drop your questions in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will be back next week for something a little bit different. I'll see you then.